Step back and watch the chef cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb. I'm a G, I know how a G17 works. I'm a beast, I done moved grass all on this turf. Before the pandemic, face mask gonna work, yeah. Feast with the guys, glad bag full of work. Used to help Miss Diane with her bags out of church, cause she let us play them steps from the first to the first. It's like we shared clothes, your dirt was my dirt. You don't need to have a foreign, I saw minivan skirts. We had bitches on the bus, I ain't never chased no skirt. Diamond chains cause I'm up, she just think I'm trying to flirt. When the lights hit my chain, all my diamonds do the jerk, yeah. Deep in the rap, don't miss your blessings in the verse. Making by a storefront, you're more precious than the purse. If you gotta have that purse, make his ass go berserk. We world champs now, this just come with the perks. Woo! You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. They had me 6 hours, I said 17 words. I'm like Shady in the snow, I spun them so superb. A legend still remains when his flesh is in the earth. And if they raid your tomb, may they fall upon a curse. Yeah, this 9 I keep for backup. With this I wanted chip, we ran plays. They need to build a statue for this shit. Big plays, a sleigh couldn't get you through this shit. More grams than Brandon, fiends rushing for a hit. The priest sitting at a diner while you niggas giving tips. You gon' get a C-section, all that pushing through your lips. I hold it desert straight, a shooter told me through my dips. You're just photogenic, not a boss, I'm convinced. Niggas practicing hard for them obituary pics. Shooters watching the gram for them locations of your pics. Linebacker Brunson,
yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best reporting on the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the meat and potatoes, gotta let you know who the videos is brought by, because that's a big part of what we do over here. These videos is brought to you by Sleeper. Big Sleeper in the building, man. They still giving out the free deposit. You know what I mean? On entry, you get a free $20 when you use code LBSBMVP. You want to tap in with Sleeper. You want to see what we all about. It's the reason why we all been pumping it so much, because people winning, people placing smart bets, and people doing it with Sleeper this year, man. So make sure you show some love to the sponsor and tap in with that, man. So we got some news. I know this might be kind of late coming from me, but AJ Brown is not playing. He's not playing this Sunday at 1 o'clock. And I thought, from seeing, looking at the game again, I kind of feel like he hurt his hamstring on the last play of the game. And, it is what it is, man. It's better to give him this 2 weeks rest. It makes sense to rest somebody as pivotal as A.J. Brown if he's already banged up. Give him 2 weeks off. You know what I mean? That way he can come back strong, because we got the Lions. We still got the Commanders twice. We got the Cowboys one more time. We got Green Bay. We got some matchups where we really, really need A.J. Brown. Not trying to make it seem like that this one isn't important, but this makes sense. What doesn't make sense, though, however, is how everybody is trying to spin this into some type of speculative thing. So, this definitely means A.J. Brown is getting traded because A.J. Brown is not playing. Oh, a trade. He didn't practice all week. Oh, my God, he must be getting traded. I can't stand the situation circulating A.J. Brown and the trade rumors, man. Nobody's putting context to the table on how much of a dead cap hit it would be for the Philadelphia Eagles to trade A.J. Brown this year. A.J. Brown is a part of the franchise. He's a big part of winning. And you know what I mean? It is what it is. And this is another thing that I don't think people like to think about or talk about from this aspect of A.J. Brown. I don't think people like to acknowledge the fact that maybe Jeffrey Lurie, learned a lesson. Maybe Jeffrey Lurie learned a thing or two. When we parted ways with Donovan McNabb, it was tough sledding for the with Terrell Owens. It was tough sledding for the Philadelphia Eagles for a very, very long time in terms of if we could find a bona fide number one wide receiver. After T.O. left, the next guy was Deshaun Jackson. And Deshaun Jackson wasn't like a number one guy. Deshaun Jackson is like the perfect complementary piece to the number one guy. You know what I'm saying? A.J. Brown is a number one guy. You could put A.J. Brown with so many different wide receivers, and it just so happened that we put him with Smitty, who you also could put with so many different wide receivers. So, you know, in short, man, I just want to wish AJ a speedy recovery. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna need him, you know, down the grueling, brutal part of this schedule for sure. But Kevin Patullo got to show me something, man. Kevin Patullo got to show me something, man. You know, I like the way the passing game worked last week, but that was largely in part to your veterans and your QB having time together. A lot of people are whisking past this so much. Yes, Jalen Hurts had a perfect passer rating. Yes, Smitty and AJ ate tremendously in the same game. You know what I mean? 300 yards between the two of them type eating. They both ate. You know what I'm saying? They both ate in the same game. But that is due to reps. That is due to being on the same page. The comeback route to AJ on the sideline on third down, that's you knowing your quarterback and where your quarterback gonna put the ball. AJ pointing to Smitty, Jalen pointing to AJ, go that way. The last play of the game, Jalen and AJ, those are reps. So whoever comes in replace of AJ Brown, which I think it'll be Jahan Dotson, but I don't know who's going to be actually. But that guy also has to be on the same page as with Jalen Hurts. That's a big part of what we saw. Kevin Patullo has to scheme guys open. They might bracket Smitty, who's coming off of a 183-yard day, you know, and Kevin Patullo has to scheme guys open. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the facts. It is what it is. So I expect Dotson and Metchie to come out there and, how should I say this, earn their keep. Earn their keep. Dotson will be on a new team next year. You're going to be on a new team with a big contract, or you're going to be getting a measly pay. Dotson is a number one first-round pick. What are you going to do, Dotson? What are you going to do while A.J. Brown is out the game? Can we trust Dotson to get 8 targets in this game and bring in 5 and make some noise for us? That's what we need. We need Dotson to have probably his best day as a pro. We do, because Jalen Hurts is in a rhythm, and we need these guys to come out here and seize the opportunity. See, I don't want to. Metchie is a great player. Dotson is a great player. We know Darius Cooper is off of IR. We know he's gonna get some burn too. I'm not one of these guys that's gonna come out here and say, "Look who he was throwing to, bro." I fully expect Jalen Hurts to continue to be surgical through the air. I fully expect it, man. I fully expect it. So my expectations have to be met with guys who are ready to seize the moment when AJ is out. A lot of people don't want to be the 4th or the 5th wide receiver on this roster. We're not a heavy passing team, and you're not going to get a lot of opportunities behind AJ and Smitty and Dallas Goedert. It's not like we got 2 studs and we barely use the tight end, so the third guy. No, Dotson don't get more targets than Goddard. It is what it is. So this is an opportunity for Dotson to step up. This is an opportunity for Metchie to step up. This is an opportunity for Darius Cooper to step up, man. It is. It is. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys answer the bell. I'm looking forward to seeing how Kevin Patullo manages being short one of your most important pieces, you know what I mean, on the outside, because we've seen Vic Fangio go out there. How you doing, Miss Austin? What's up, everybody in the chat? We've seen Vic Fangio go out there and, you know, duct tape the situation together while guys are getting healthy. We haven't really seen Kevin Patullo have to really do that, man. We know the offensive line struggles. We know all of that stuff, you know. And I'm putting Jalen under center a little more. And I think that Kevin Patullo, his style of offensive coordinator is, he's a creature of habit. He's going to do what the people tell him to do. So I fully expect the Eagles to be under center more than what they were against the Minnesota Vikings, because that's what everybody is screaming from the top of their lungs and are saying what they expect and what should happen. And I think it can open up the run being under center more. I think it can open up the play action. I think it will be to our benefit to be under center more, you know? So I'm cool with all of that. I'm cool with all of that. Now, I believe Jalen Hurts is poised to climb up in the climb up in the MVP talks very, very significantly, man. When I see stuff like this, coming from, Elliott Shore Park, so I don't agree with all the time. And I absolutely think that a lot of the time he's unfair to Jalen Hurts. If you want me to keep it a bean, I absolutely believe he's unfair to Jalen Hurts a lot of times. But I feel like he did a good job right here at keeping it a buck. You know what I mean? He did a good job of keeping it a buck. And he said some important things, man. So let's listen real quick. Let me make sure it's formatted right. Yeah, let's listen real quick.
Now, you said MVP. Now, we know that he is capable of playing one or two games at an MVP level. Can he sustain it for an entire season? We saw the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game. He was insanely good. But you think that actually...
This is a hater, bro. This is a hater. Already from the rip. Already from the rip. Listen again.
Now, you said MVP. Now, we know that he is capable of playing one or two games at an MVP level.
So he's just capable of playing one or two games at an MVP level in the eyes of this guy, in the eyes of Philly media, in the eyes of the guys in the news. They think he's only good for playing one or two games at an MVP level. But, why we got to lie, man? Y'all ain't see 2013? Y'all ain't see 2013? Y'all ain't see the season where we started 10-1 and it collapsed? He wasn't playing at an MVP level in those two seasons? Now, granted, he didn't have to play at an MVP level probably until the playoffs last year. But why we got to lie and make it seem like he's only capable of doing it? Every quarterback is capable of doing it a couple times a year. This is a hater in the Amber Combi jacket, man.
He sustained it for an entire season. We saw the Super Bowl, NFC Championship game. He was insanely good. But you think that actually he could win the MVP in the NFL this year?
Well, let's think about it. He currently holds the Super Bowl MVP.
Sure does.
His team could very well end up being the top seed in the NFC. He has beaten Baker Mayfield, who's in the discussion for it. He beat Patrick Mahomes in the discussion for it. He beat Dak, who's been unbelievable. He beat the Rams, who will be one of the best teams. He has his chance at the Packers in prime time. He has his chance at the Lions in prime time. Add it all up, there is very easily an MVP-type resume in there. Now, he has to obviously play like he did on Sunday, and how he played the first few weeks is not going to get it done. Sure. But we know that MVP is a narrative award, and we know it's a quarterback award. Jalen has both of those things on his side if he continues to play at a high level.
I agree with that, man. I wholeheartedly agree with that, man, because when you look at his numbers, you look at the touchdown to interception ratio, it's all lining up for Jalen Hurts to, let's say, 7 weeks from now, when we got 14 games in the books or whatever the case may be, it's lining up for Jalen Hurts to be stacked up pretty good if the Eagles continue to win and Jalen Hurts continues to play the way that he's been playing this season. Everybody's not, the first 2 weeks of the season, what was he doing? What was he doing the first 2 weeks of the season but weathering the storm of trying to figure out a new offense? What was he doing? I've been saying this all along, that he's been playing elite ball, but it only been in halves of games. Elite in the first half against the Dallas Cowboys. Then we got to keep going over this, man. The Chiefs game, nobody was elite. It was a defensive struggle, whatever the case may be. Eagles won that game, though. Elite in the second half against the Rams. Elite in the first half against the Broncos. Elite in the first half against the Bucks. Elite the whole game against Minnesota. So, you've seen spots where Jalen Hurts has been elite. I'm talking about in the first half of some of these games, only with one incompletion, like 15 for 16. Cooking. But we just don't adjust well because the coordinator was trying to find his traction as well. So I agree with that, man. I wholeheartedly agree with Jalen Hurts possibly putting together a really, really strong resume if the winning continues. And it all starts with what you got to do here against New York, man. It all starts with what you got to do here with New York, man. I'm not going to report on none of that stuff that Diana Rossini is talking about. I don't think that that's cohesive to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish over here. She's heavily on the side of Jalen, AJ Brown being traded, or he could. I don't want to hear that, man. Let's talk about the praise that the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, says about Jalen Hurts specifically. It's one of the reasons we built the roster the way we did with some of the people we do, like Jalen. You have to have that resilience and understanding, especially in the world today. If you can't block out most of the noise, you're not going to maximally perform. And Jalen is one of those where the more noise there is, the better he performs. When you draft a quarterback or when you hand the keys over to somebody, man, these are the type of guys you're looking for, man. Guys who can be calm, cool, and collective when when stuff seems to be not going wrong. You know what I mean? And I feel like that Jeffrey Lurie and these guys respect that they got for Jalen Hurts. It'll never be overshadowed by any rifts with teammates or none of that, because Jalen Hurts has always kept his focus on the collective, as he likes to say, and winning. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts is not the guy that you want to be staring down the barrel between you and revenge. He ain't, man. He ain't. And I think that this game for Jalen Hurts is about revenge, man. Like the way we lost to the Giants, and and to see them again in 2 weeks, I think that I think we remember that. We remember that. We remember that. We remember that, man. We remember the way that we gave them life. We remember all of that stuff, man. So I expect our defense to be better. I expect Vic Fangio to be better. Now he's seen Jackson Dart. You know what I mean? We missed a lot of tackles. I don't expect these same things to be issues against the Giants, man. I don't. I want the Giants to get the ball first. I do. I want them to get the ball first. I want to see if the Giants think they're going to score on the first possession, because I can guarantee you that they not, bro. I can guarantee you that the Giants' first possession ends in either a field goal or ends in a punt. I can guarantee it, bro. We're not playing with the Giants, man. One thing I know is my team, bro. One thing I know is my team. I would love for this to be the game that that Saquon Barkley kind of takes over, and we're able to use that to our advantage, because we're not going to stop running the ball. That would be ludicrous. That would be bad on our behalf to stop running the ball. But I like the Philadelphia Eagles' chances in this game, man. I like their chances in this game, man. And these guys got to step up on the outside, man, because Jalen going to throw the ball to them. Jalen is going to throw the ball to these guys, man. He's going to throw the ball to these guys. And these guys got to be ready to seize their moment. This is what it's about, man. Football is about, when your number is called, can you produce? When your number is called, can you produce? Dotson and Metchie need to produce. These are guys who can still make rosters, but I believe if they thought of themselves as number ones again, that they could play like number ones on a roster somewhere. Obviously, it's not going to happen this year, but Dotson and Metchie need to look at every opportunity like this as an opportunity to go get some money. Smitty and AJ paid, bro. They paid. These other guys got to take their opportunities and go get their money, man. Go get their money. Am I worried about Keely Ringo? Absolutely, I'm worried about Keely Ringo, but I'm not going to let that. I'm not letting Keely Ringo. I'm not letting AJ Brown. None of that stopping my confidence from saying the Eagles going to win this game, bro. I'm not like these other guys who are going to say, "Oh, we're going to lose." I don't feel that way, and I shouldn't feel that way. The Eagles should still win this game without AJ Brown and with Keely Ringo starting. This game is at home. Our defense has to play better. Our offense seems to be on a heater, but we are losing. We are without one of our pieces. The best passing performance of the season from the Eagles and Kevin Patullo. They have to capitalize on it, bro. I wouldn't do nothing different if I was done, bro. I wouldn't change the plays. I wouldn't change the way I move. I wouldn't do nothing different, bro. I wouldn't. Somebody going to have to go in there and give us their best AJ Brown impression, because the ball coming to you as if you're AJ Brown. Hey, LB, love your show. I hope we win, but without AJ Ringo starting and the QB Dart, not sure. What do you think the spread going to be? I'm not sure what the spread going to be, but Dart I'm not really worried about Dart. I know Dart gets better every week, but I'm not really worried about Dart, man. I think this could very well be the stinker for Dart. This could very well be the stinker for Dart, man. It's going to be loud in that link. I'm telling you, man. Because the Giants, this is what the Giants are doing. The Giants are making enemies everywhere they go. They 2-5. They pesky. They're annoying. They're making enemies anywhere they go. They made enemies with us. They made enemies with Detroit. They go back and forth with everybody they play on the internet every week. You know what I mean? Every week. So I'm not really worried about what they're gonna do. It's more about what we're gonna do and what do we plan on proving to ourselves, man. That's how I feel. What are we gonna do and what do we plan on proving to ourselves, man? You know what I mean? So I got the Eagles winning this game, man. I got the Eagles winning this game 28-15. I got the Eagles winning this game 28-15. I don't know how the hell you get 15 points, but I got the Eagles winning this game 28-15. I do. I'm going to go with the score 28-15, the Philadelphia Eagles. It wouldn't surprise me if we put up a 30-burger, but I got us winning this game 28-15, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to let y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. I got the post game coming up tomorrow, and we're going to see how close I was with my prediction, and we're going to give accurate analysis on what the Philadelphia Eagles actually did in this game. You do not want to miss it. Put the notifications on. You know the vibes.